Hey, hey, welcome back to episode 2 of Batched Crazy, brought to you by Aircheck Productions and this cup of coffee. Speaking of coffee, I've got to tell you guys, my sweetheart got me this candle and it's cafe mocha, and y'all, like, oh my gosh, smells amazing. I'm not sure if that will contribute to me reducing the amount of coffee that I drink in a day, because let's face it, that's the only way that I can survive throughout the day. I'm a highly sensitive person. Yes, that's a real thing. Look it up. I just found this out. I didn't know. I'm learning how to be aware of the things that are going on in my head and in my body. Really why I'm so crazy. Turns out I'm not actually. No offense to those who are actually crazy. I had to go drop my son off at preschool. He goes in the afternoons, and I had to go and pick up my stepfather at the auto mechanic. Auto mechanic, because there's other kinds of mechanics that you would think of, obviously, if I just said mechanic. I don't do well driving in the rain. It's not as bad, obviously, as ice, but it makes me nervous. And so I dropped the kid off in this torrential downpour, and he was freaking out because there was just so much rain and he was just terrified. Okay, so there was not like a real turn lane. I had to turn left into this place off of a really busy road. It was one of those that's like the size of a lane and it has the stripes on it. I'm sure that that probably means don't go there, don't put your car there at all. But I had to get out of the way. I had to get out of the way of the crazies that were coming behind me that probably couldn't see because it was so raining. And I had to like be in a safe place in between the oncoming traffic and the people going my way. And once I got into that lane, I realized I'm gonna die. They're going fast, it's raining, people are crazy, people are texting, they're not paying attention, and I am about to die. Someone is going to clip my car and we are gonna spin out of control and then get hit like 20 times after that. You know, obviously I didn't die and none of that happened. We got home safely without a hitch. But that's how my mind works, and that's how crazy I get from time to time. Because after I dropped the boy off, I was fine. I was like, okay, well, this really stinks. And I was more thinking about how he was feeling and hoping that his teacher was going to do a good job of calming him and getting him comfortable, which I'm sure she will. And I'm sure he's finally, he's a boy, whatever. It wasn't until I got in that lane when I realized that my world was about to come to an end because it's raining. And how quickly you can go from calm and irritated to like fight or flight, full on, like that. And I'm curious, like, does anybody else have those like psychotic things that they go through? Like, stop saying, do they say like 1,000 times? Y'all, I get so irritated with myself sometimes. Halloween's coming up. Who's excited about Halloween? I am, because I am looking forward to trying different Halloween makeup looks. It's one of my favorite things to do. What is your favorite coffee? What kind of coffee can you not live without? Like, what is like the thing that you have to get? Do you have a seasonal preference? I know I do. I know whenever the mint, peppermint, mocha, just anything mint comes out, especially if it's mint and chocolate, I'm all over it. I feel like such a goofy goober today. I don't know how other people can smudge stuff under their eyes and still look healthful. Healthful? Still look healthy. I feel like we're on the verge of zombie land. Zombiedom. Zombiosis. Have like limited screen time. They're not just mindless zombies most of the time. Define most. But one thing is that the two smaller ones watch the more toddler appropriate things. So we get to hear all of the little nursery rhymes and things, and some of them I can join in and sing with them. Like this morning we were listening to Row, Row, Row Your Boat. That song is really freaking deep. Am I right? Like, life is but a dream? What are they trying to say? What were they trying to tell us way back when? And some of these songs are just so twisted and evil, and if you have the kind of kid like I do, they pick up on those subtleties and they ask you questions that you're not prepared to answer. Oh my gosh, and come on, daddy finger? Why is this a thing? No offense to whoever created that song, but I have questions. I am really kind of curious why you made a song like that. We already had Where Is Thumpkin, whatever. We have finger songs. I understand the importance of identifying each finger and what they're called. But the Baby Shark song, I like it, it's cute. That one makes sense. And I get it. We're trying to create the family image because that's how sharks are, obviously. And that's what I want my children to know about. I want them to understand that sharks have a family system much like humans because that's important for their growth. And we should start putting that in their textbooks. Look up the history of Ring Around the Rosie. Not so cute. And oh my gosh, come on. Rockabye Baby in the Treetops. There needs to be a national nursery rhyme movement. I think we need to come together as sane people, maybe, and write catchy nursery rhymes for our children. Ugh. I don't know about you guys, but I cannot wait for Hocus Pocus to be on. It's like one of my all-time favorite Halloween movies. That and the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. It's a great, the Charlie Brown one that has to do with pumpkins. My kids are terrified of jack-o'-lanterns and anything even remotely scary. Like I love candy as much as the next person, especially in the form of chocolate and peanut butter together because that's just amazing. But I don't feel like I'm doing my children justice or myself. Like what kind of a crazy person? Okay, on a Saturday, you're not gonna just say, okay, little Johnny, you can have an entire bag of assorted candy today. Little Johnny is gonna be insane. You're gonna wish that you had a case of wine. You're gonna be hiding in the closet with the remainder of the chocolate that he didn't eat while he's outside either running around or puking or both. I don't understand it. I don't understand why we do this to ourselves and to our children. Not to mention it's freaking expensive. If I could go and get a peppermint mocha something or another, I could do that. I could get like 2 of them for one stinking small bag of mixed chocolates. I would much rather bake some cookies and decorate them like, you know, pumpkins and ghosts and black cats and fall leaves. A spooky tree. That would be a crazy cookie. I know I'm gonna get hate mail for this. I'm all for costumes. I'm all for crafting and making sweet treats and decorating for Halloween. Decorating for Halloween, I'm all for it. I like decorating for all the seasons. If I had it my way, it would be freaking strings of lights all over my house all year long. So we would just be all sparkly, okay? I'm okay with that part. It's just the going around, getting the crap scared out of them. I end up gaining 10 pounds, obviously from the stress, right? I don't eat all of their candy or anything like that. Who does that? What kind of a parent are you? And it's about sacrifice. That's what it is. We eat their candy for their own good. I used to really love horror movies until I had my first daughter. Now I just can't even stomach them. It goes along with being a sensitive person, maybe something about the graphic nature or how it, like the feeling it leaves you with afterwards. Stuff like where the kids in the movie, there's like a child that's out to get you. My kids are already pretty terrifying and I really don't need anything to remind me of that. That my 2-year-old is gonna come after me in the middle of the night. I already wake up in the morning with the feeling like she's out to get me. So I don't need anything else encouraging that thought process. I want to know, what is your favorite Halloween candy? What point is it not okay for a grown woman to dress like a flamingo? Favorite part about Halloween is going to Target and stop shaking. That's just part of the effect since we're talking about spooky stuff. Going to Target and trying on various things like masks and costumes, and yes, that's my child running around like Target dressed like a taco. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Batch Crazy, brought to you by Aircheck Productions and This Cup of Coffee. Until next week.